So, hello everybody. It is September 22nd, 2025, and I'm really happy to have you guys watch the video and connect. I am going to pull a question that you can ask yourself. Do you believe we'll discover aliens in our lifetime? Good conversation starter. It defines what you define as an alien, but that my guess is probably not, but you never know. Oh, so that is your discussion item. You can ask somebody, and let's do the um, question. And here it is. It is fishing for compliments. Ask a strangers, do you like my shoes? That's it. I don't think I've had anybody ask me that before. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Show yourself what you're capable of. So the challenge is fishing for compliments. Asking a stranger, do you like my shoes? All right, so that is something I've never thought of doing, but maybe you can challenge yourself with that. And this is a fun book because I love cats. Sometimes silence is the best answer, is what I came up with here. And looks like there is another one on the other side. It says, have a thinking spot. So, good questions to think about. I always start with, like with a reading um, after, having a discussion. So, today is the 22nd, and an eagle's eye. Oh, that's the 12th. Sorry. I do love Mark Nepo, as you know. And I always find it insightful, some of his phrases or wording. Facing sacred moments is the says the goal of spiritual living is not to amass a wealth of information, but to face sacred moments. Is that good or what? And that was by Abraham Heschel. That sounds very German. So, facing sacred moments. The higher goal of spiritual living is not amass a wealth of information, but to face sacred moments. That's really good. As I think about myself, I know I love to gather information, as you can know, in my details that I post and the recordings I do. I am good at details, um, but it's facing the sacred moments. So that is such a beautiful theme, and it kind of correlates really well with the song that I planned for today. And it will be in the recording. And it is a song that I'm going to be leading this Friday. So if you are free this Friday, Wisdom Ways, which is a wonderful nonprofit at St. Paul, that is having a autumn gathering in honor for probably the fall, equinox, and which is just happening right now. And as we transition into fall, and I'm going to be leading songs. So right now the schedule is I'm supposed to lead 8 o'clock to the ending. So first half storytelling, social hour or half an hour, and then um, the last part um, singing. So they want you to end with singing. All right, so let's do some vocal exercises a little bit. So I always like to do the water, right? Grab some water, gargle it. Kind of gets that palate back there wet. Really helps me a lot. Two times of that, and then the ka ka ka. So wetting the palate is really good, helping with the chanting, and later on we'll do more chanting. But right now, let's do some gentle massaging of the neck. being in home in our bodies. Maybe putting the hand on the chin and gently massaging. And let's do happy birthday with our throat is a nice warm up. All right. Nice little, and they say to yawn. So relaxing the jaw. Sometimes people just sing with their jaw in such a way, but try to relax and open that back palate. So you kind of see that how the jaw just relaxed, right? Is here kind of, and it just dropped. So when you're singing, trying to have that relaxed jaw so that has more movement. So what we're gonna do is a song called "We Were Made for These Times" by Linda Noonan, um, or Nonan. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Um, she has a song that you can, it's like a zipper song. So we're going to use the word made, and then we're going to zip in the word sing, work, rise. So it'll change throughout there. So um, let's begin. So here it goes. We were made for these times. We were made for these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We were made for these times. So it's a simple song like that, and we were made for these times twice, and like gold will keep on shining. Like, gold will keep shining. So it's phrased a little differently. And then back again, we were made for these times. So let's do that again. And I actually figured out the guitar chords, but unfortunately, my original sound does not work on this device. So, um, but I'm really excited. For me, I always wondered when I play guitar, when could I figure out the sounds of a pitch, like just hearing the song. And I did that today for the first time. I figured out the guitar codes just by my pitch from hearing and singing the song. So I'm really excited to say I finally did that, figured it out on my own. But I used to struggle with that a lot when I was a kid, trying to figure that out. All right. So we were made for these times. We were made for these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We were made for these times. We will sing in these times. We will sing in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We will sing in these times. We will work in these times. We will work in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We were made for we will work in these times. We will rise in these times. We will rise in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We will rise in these times. Maybe you can think of another word besides sing, work, and rise. How about relax? But that's two syllables. But we will relax in these times. We will relax in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We will relax in these times. That's a little bit harder, but we did it. What's another good word? How about breathe? Let's do that one more because I like zipper words and I'm just trying to think of two. We will breathe in these times. We will breathe in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We will breathe in these times. But technically, the words are we will. We were made for these times, so more past tense. So, but it's interesting they don't say sang, they say sing. We were made for, we were. Yeah, so you change the verbs a little bit, I think, because in the song it says sing. Anyways, I'll send you the link of the words, but work, rise, dance. Let's end with dance. How's that? We will dance in these times. We will dance in these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We will dance in these times. From the beginning, we were made for these times. We were made for these times, and like gold will keep on shining. We were made for these times. So let's just let yourself soak that up. I feel like doing a meditation, going right into that after the singing, letting those words filter into our body and soak them up like a sponge. We were made for these times. We sing in these times. We rise in these times. We dance. All those things that bring us closer to each other. All those things pray or we sing, right? Exercise together, doing all those things so that we can connect. So I invite you to be into your body, into your breath. Taking a nice inhale, holding it for a few seconds, and a nice exhale. Doing that again. And one more time. 3 times is always the golden number. And I invite you to put your hand on your heart. We're going to reflect on that, the words of facing sacred moments. And I know for me, when I think of sacred moments, I think of, people transitioning in their life. Maybe they're a baby, which, that feels super sacred to me. Also, it feels very sacred to me when people are passing or very sick. Those are sacred moments, tender moments, right? For sure. But sacred moments. And it's saying the higher goal of spiritual living, which I consider myself a very spiritual person. It is not the amount of information, but how you face the sacred moments. How do we deal in the sacred moments and how do we feel? And a lot of times we don't know how we feel. And that's why I call this class The Art of Feeling Visible, because just even taking a moment out of your day to feel grounded. So having maybe your heart on your chest, having 2 hands on your heart, maybe giving you a nice hug can be a nice way of joining. And I have one person joining. I'm recording the Zoom. So I'm just doing a little meditation right now. So thanks for joining. And so in this moment, we're just putting one hand on our heart and another hand, if you want to put it on your arms or your shoulders or your belly or leg, feel free to do that. And just feeling the theme for today is sacred moments, feeling spiritual in those moments. So it said being spiritual, the quote I mentioned today, it was from Abraham Helsen. I'll send you the exact name, how you say it, but it says the higher goal of spiritual living is not the amount of wealth of information, but to face the sacred moment, but how we face the sacred moment. So I would say right now in our life as a country, it's a sacred moment. It's a scary moment, but it's also a sacred moment as we can come together in spiritual ways and to help each other through creativity, through joy, through love, and help us through tough times, times of loss, times of despair. I know I was really sad Jimmy Kimmel was kicked off at the air, but great news. He's coming back on. But, that was a loss. So, dealing with losses in our lives, it could be something small as a TV host. It could be something more than that. So, having a tender moments for our hearts and knowing that we were made for these times. That was the name of the song that we sang earlier. And know that we can rise in these times. Know that we can work in these times. We can sing in these times. We can dance. There's so many things that we can do to rise to these sacred moments, to not pay attention to the information, but how we arrive in these moments. So I invite you to just lower your hand if that feels more comfortable, or keep your hand there. And just checking in with our bodies. So if you're not aware of how you're feeling or it doesn't feel sacred, just even taking this little time for yourself is sacred. It's sacred because you get to listen to your body. So let's check in with our bodies, seeing what feels good. So having your feet flat on the ground, or maybe you're laying down or standing. Noticing where your heels and the balls of your feet are touching. Noticing what your whole feet is resting on, not just the parts, but the whole foot. Noticing the calves, the ankles. Noticing any sensation that might be tight and softening. Going to the knees, sending love to your thighs, to your hips, pelvis, your lower abdomen, middle abdomen, upper, to your chest, upper back, that whole midsection, upper mid area, to your arms, your fingers, right? Your wrists, the forearm, the elbows, the biceps, shoulders. Bringing it up to your neck, to the top of your head. Letting yourself soften and relax. And as we checked in with our body, I want to go down and scan the body for any emotions that you feel in the body. So before it was the tightness or lack of, whatever was going on in your body. But let's scan our bodies going downwards, checking any emotions that we might be having. So going from the top of the head, past the forehead, the eyes, the nasal capacities, right? The mouth, anything that you noticed you're feeling, your throat, back of the neck. Emotionally, I'm asking, do you feel like your voice isn't heard? You're not seen? Just notice what maybe you feel. Your heart. Do you not have enough compassion for yourself? Are you caring more about others than yourself, right? So, where are you in that center of love in your body, in the upper torso? How are you feeling in the middle of your body? Are you nurturing? Are you trusting that intuition tells you where to go, right? To call, to join the call, watch this video if you're watching later. Paying attention to your core and your reproduction and your hips. Paying attention to the spark, the fire that's in the body. Going down to your thighs, noticing what keeps you stable emotionally. And your knees, what's keeping you upright, what makes you rise, figuring out what inspires you, and going down to your ankle and your feet, feeling that source of connection with all that's around you. And just notice that emotional part of feeling. You might have noticed a color, maybe you noticed feelings, as we talked about those emotions. Maybe you felt something completely different. Maybe you felt, you know, grounding instead of inspiration, and that's okay. Just noticing is the gift and how you arrive to this sacred moment. Some might debate that every moment is sacred, right? So it's not so much about the information, it's about how you perceive. Maybe you notice hunger. Maybe you're feeling thirsty. And as we're noticing, let's just allow and bless whatever is happening in our life right now, giving a huge grateful heart, whatever is coming your way this last week. I know I was really blessed with a lot of free music in the Twin Cities this last weekend, and I feel so blessed. Music inspires me. So maybe you were around something that really inspires you. It's such a gift to find your inspiration too. And if you don't know what inspires you, just allow. It will come to you. And sometimes things come and go, but following and just trusting your intuition, whatever is healthy for you and for others, trust that intuition. Always being mindful and respectful of what is good for your body, not overcommitting or overdoing or overgiving. I am very guilty of that. It's hard to say no. And a lot of times my body, my spirit wants to do it, but my body doesn't. It wants rest. So finding that balance and trusting what's best for you. So as we come to an end for this meditation, we'll move into movement. So let's do a little bit of rubbing and kind of leads you into movement too. So let's gather all that great, wonderful energy and bring it up the nose, around the face, and down the chin. And we'll do that again. And two more times. All right, this is just another love hug, showing a heart shape right around your face. So let's do a little bit of movement. I'll do it standing, assuming that you are able to stand. And wow, I did go extra long on that meditation, didn't I? But hey, it felt really good. So I'm gonna go into movement standing. I see the floors. Okay. And I know we've been doing a thing called better balance, but I feel like it'd be fun to do something different for the movement. So let's do the traditional Tai Chi for health warm-ups for the movement, which is a gentle, gradual hands rising and then coming down. So let's do it from the side. I'll show you. You don't have to move though. Hands rise, up and down. And let's do that one more time. Good job. Now we're going to add on to it. We're going to bring the hands up, head the elbows, tuck in the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and relax and come down. I'll do it from the side. Hands rise, heavy elbows, tucking chin, and out. Third time, I'm going to be quiet, and you can just do it. All right, bring the hands together. One hand floats to the ground. Other hand goes inward, turn the neck, and gently come back to center. Hands pass. And the other side. This is just simply turning the neck, so no need for me to turn around. And then coming back. Let's do that one more time. I'll be quiet. All right, let's relax. Doing shoulder rolls. And the other direction. Whatever one that was. Feels good to be in the body, in the breath. And let's gather beautiful life force energy, hands circle, and come down. If you're in a chair, you can lift your heels. And let's do that one more time. Hold an imaginary ball. Gently push up and down, and you can do it from an angle. So it's not straight above or in front. Hands come together because we want the joints to be soft. If you go straight ahead, they get more blocked. So, I mean, straight up, right? So going outward, and it's a little bit safer on the body. Let's do that one more time each side. All right, good. Bringing the hands together, hold imaginary ball. Gently move your torso up. Hands don't move at all other than up and down. Okay, so turn your torso, flip the hands. It's a small movement because we're working the spine. I know when I learned this movement, it was so simple, but it was hard, if that's such a thing. I feel like sometimes the simplest names are the hardest ones to remember too, right? And let's do that one more time. All right, now we move on to the hips. Put your weight on all one side. If you need something for support, hold on to a chair, onto a wall. A lot of options. You can do this in a chair, but most of you have seen it both ways. If not, you just open up the hip, bring the foot in. This one, we're going to shift our weight. So all the weight is in one leg, foot at an angle, hands in the back, put the foot in front, come to center, empty, open up to the side, empty, back to center, empty, and in front. All the way through if you feel comfortable, and all the way back, and one more time. And I'll like tuck in one more time. The first one, let's not count that one because we paused. Okay, so now we shift the weight to the other side, and let me do it from an angle so you can kind of see it from that way. Shift all the way to one side, heel in front, hands in the back. Pause. Open up the hip, hands in front. Come to center and front, all the way through. And back. And again. One more time. All right. So that is the other move. Now, if you're in a chair, you just open up your hips to the side. We're going to step out to the side. All the weight is here. Hand goes out. Bring the foot in. And the other side. Shifting that weight. And now let's make it more complicated. Bring the hand across. Relax. And let's do that one more time each side. And the other. Come back to center. Empty hollow fist. Feet in a V. We're going to gently tap opposite arm. So if you're in a chair, just be on the edge of your chair, be upright, no slouching, and just gently lift the leg and the arm up to the opposites. Same if you're standing, keeping a nice upright posture. And let's do that one more time, each side. And the other. Now we're going to shift the weight forward, empty foot, shift the weight, opposite arm goes out, come back, pick up the foot, empty foot. And coming back, good. Let's do that one more time each side. It's a really nice, relaxing, smooth, continuous motion. And the other. All right. Now we're going to do the ankles. Place the hands up front and just tap the heel and toe. If you can't see my feet, I think they show up, but if they don't, I'm going up and down. And now the other side. Going up and down. Trying to only move the ankles. And now, big foot or little toe, big toe, side to side, only ankles. But if you engage the hips, that's okay. Just keep trying for the ankles. And the other. So this is a nice little Qigong routine / warm-up that is used in Tai Chi for Health, Dr. Paul Land's program, wonderful program, certified in many of the programs, and that's some of the movement that he does. And I'm going to invite you to put your hands in front of your belly, like I was doing earlier. Sometimes I talk about it, sometimes I don't. But if you identify as a female, they say right hand should be first. So if I'm going to mirror, that would be the opposite. But some people say it doesn't matter. So it's the palm. It should be by your belly and by the belly button, a little bit below the belly button, and the other hand on top. And if you flip it the wrong way, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And some like the hands like you don't touch. So it's near the belly. This is near the hands. And you might feel some warmth, some electricity, some movement in that area. Because they call that the Dantian, center of energy. And basically it's just the earth moving in your body, right? It's just your body moving. And then the blood vessels, right? The whole thing. So we're just adding the warmth and energy to the belly so that your body can feel more charged up. Like a cell battery is a nice way to imagine that you're charging up your battery. But if you feel any discomfort and energy, that's okay. But for me, I'm feeling a lot of warmth just from relaxing my nervous system. And it's collecting here. I can feel the warmth. And then some people rub against the meridian belt, which we'll do here in a second. So we take that beautiful energy, stretch it across, and then send it into the earth. So that is a nice practice. I learned that from Linda Etling. She's a local legend here in the Twin Cities. Wonderful master instructor out of Eagan, Minnesota. All right, so I think that's good for the movements for today. So let's put the feet together. We do a salute. Right hand's a fist for strength. Left hand's flat for friendship. Bend the thumb, humility, and then together, mutual respect. So we'll let the hands come apart. And usually we do the lymphatic massage and chanting, but let's see if time, I think we can do it. So I invite you to do a gentle pressure on your nose, either up or down, right? So you can do a little upward motion, downward. I play with it, I usually like upward. So 6 deep breaths, breathing in and out. Doing that again. Again. Try not to touch anything else, just those points. 4th time. A 5th time. And a 6th time. Letting that release, going down the face. And one more time. Now over the head. I always mess up my hair at this point. Might as well put it all in ponytail. Leading to the clavicle. If you haven't done this before, going over the ears. And now fingers through your hair if you got them. And you don't have to go through, you can just go over your hair too. But if you want to comb through your hair, you could. And let's do that 2 more times. I like to do that because it feels good, but do what feels good. Behind your ears to that clavicle, same side. And one more time, other side. And if you have a scarf handy, have a scarf handy. I know I do, because the next part is around your chest and it is using the back. So I'm gonna keep it more private, but you can sweep up and around over your chest. I like to have an arm up because it's just easier. So starting by the chest, where your arm can ever reach, and going up, sweeping up to the clavicle. Now we're going to go up and over or straight across over the chest, either back of the hand or front of the hand, doesn't matter. And now we're going to do the sternum, going up to the clavicle. And let's do the other side. Sweeping up and around, good for your, it's amazing how there's a lot of lymph nodes in the front of the body. And one more time. Now up and over or across. And now the sternum. And now we're going to grab that scarf. Upward motions 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. I'm pretty quick with this because I've done it a lot. I try to do it every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we do going down behind the ears, kind of the back of the hands, going down to the. So this is a wonderful technique called the pairing technique. And I like to go into a chant right afterwards doing it because I find it really awesome to do the lymphatic and chanting. And I know we run out of time, but stretching is always good. In Tai Chi and Qigong, the movement has the stretch, but extra stretching is always nice. So let's do the chanting though. Um, let's do the Om, U, and E. So sinuses, so chest or lower diaphragm, throat, lips, and then the sinuses. So here we go. Any pitch you like. Om. 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 Taking a moment, feeling that connection with the ground, with your body. And now we're going to pull up that energy even higher to your throat with a ooh sound, feeling it between your lips. Ooh. 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 And last time. Ooh. Taking a moment for the silence, relaxation, feeling the sacred moments. Sorry, I feel a tickle. That last one gave me a little tickle. All right. Feeling more grounded. Next one is the E sound. And think of nasal sounds like Wisconsin, like when people say Wisconsin or New Jersey, right? Well, I guess that's more so in the throat, but more country sound, right? You say country. So I've learned that a lot of country singers are nasal singers. They like to sing through the nasal sinuses more. So let's do E and try to think of that. So take a deep breath. E. That was kind of funny there. Let's do that again. E. E. Two more times. E. And one more time. E. Taking a moment to soften the body. Maybe put your hands on your heart. Good that you took time for yourself and for connecting with community and sensing and feeling, as well as learning. So thank you very much for coming, and I'll end the recording. Thank you so much for coming.